I got my undergraduate degree from Wayne State, and then I started working full-time in the Detroit public schools and the inner city schools teaching music. And I was getting my master's at the same time from the University of Michigan, because University of Michigan had an extension in Detroit. So I would teach, go to school at night, and then in the summer go up to Ann Arbor for classes. And there was a really dear friend of mine who was getting his master's in social work, and we had always been kind of competitive. And one day he came by my house and said, "What are you going to do next year?" And I said, "I don't know." And he said, "Well, I think I'm going to law school, or I want to go to law school." And I said, "So am I." And he said, "We need to take a test." And I said, "Oh, I didn't know that, because I didn't need to take a test for my master's program." And so he said, "I'll get the forms." He did. We filled them out. I took the test. I had no anxiety. I took the law school admissions test, which every person who wants to go to law school does. Fortunately, I did well on the test. But because I took the test so late, and this was not the world that we live in now, where you can get your results because it's going to be electronically scored instantly and you get your results. It took some time to get the results. So when I applied to various law schools, I was beyond the deadline. So I got rejected. And during the summer, before I went to law school, there was someone canceled in the class at Notre Dame. And I was called and asked if I wanted to take the spot. Well, by then, some time had passed between when I took the test and I got admitted. And I began to think, well, teachers teach and lawyers teach. Teachers counsel and lawyers counsel their clients. Teachers have to persuade students and convey information, and lawyers have to persuade jurors and judges and their opposing counsel, and they have to persuade. And the more I thought about it, the more sense it made that having that background as a teacher would be very helpful as a lawyer. And also, I had become, I was very interested in being a trial lawyer. So that's how I ended up. I had never thought about being a lawyer. I was not one of those girls who grew up saying, "I want to be a lawyer," because it never entered my mind until he came over my house and said that. And then it was just something in my gut, and like I said, that sort of competitive instinct. And I said, so do I. And that's how I started law school.